also has his stories. Let me apologize on behalf of everybody else. But we have to fix this. A problem shared is half solved, you know. And you've spoken. I felt like closing the doors. I felt like going out there and saying, let's switch off this live stream. Let's talk in-house, because those are our internal problems. But the world is what it is. And, we have to lay ourselves there. But it is not who we are as Kenyans. That is not us. And but we can fix that. We can fix it. And we must fix it. For us to grow, we must fix those problems. In 2003, we had a very bright idea about the Kenyan film industry. Jerry Karago, God rest her soul, is Jamie Pont, who's, I think she's been here, Julie Kibinge, Jim Shamoon, Yaya Chabanga, many others. When we got together, we had a dream of what the film industry needed to look like. And in 2003, if you had walked to any of us and asked us what will the film industry look like 20 years later, we definitely had not planned to have a film summit. We had no plans to be sitting around scratching our heads and asking ourselves what really happened. Instead, we had a kind of we had a very thing. We saw that we could be creating almost 10 feature films every month, 120 films every year, hundreds of TV commercials for Kenya, the region, and the entire continent. We were committed to doing a lot of TV series. We saw that we would create 100,000 jobs by this time. That is the dream we had. And we have been organized. We had toilets, we had a reasonable schedule, we had food on set. And that's what we wanted to be. We wanted to be professional, we wanted to play the world stage. We were not going to be let down, and we were not going to let each other down. But the reality of the matter is we are here today, and what has happened is water under the bridge. We must look forward. We must move on. A lot of things have happened over the last 10 years. I could go back in details, but I know there is little time allocated for this, and we need to move on. We need to move quickly. Some of the seismic shifts that have happened that made many changes in the industry, included the digital migration with the film, with many TV stations, major TV stations closing down for several months. 2017 elections are always a hard time. And the COVID pandemic and everything else that has gone on, all these things have had an impact on us. But although we are not where we want to be because of a lot of things that we could unpack in this forum, I want to be very brief. First of all, share 4 hypotheses, 4 propositions of what I think. And I want to share about 5 suggestions of how I think we need to fix them. And I know today I'm going to be stepping on some toes. I feel like a cat among pigeons, because I'm probably not going to make many people happy, but from the stories I've heard today, I think it's okay. This is my first hypothesis. Film industry happens when content, there's a handshake. I know handshake is a bad word in this country. It's almost a harsh one. Between content creators and audiences and money in these hands. You know, this is such a very basic truth. some of you might think, what are you telling us? It's very, very simple like you. But this has to be at the heart of everything. All these problems that we're talking about, money, are at the root of our challenges. Film industry does not happen because we have festivals. Film industry does not happen because we have awards or incentives or have film hubs across the country, or we want to build studios or hold film markets. Film industry happens when money changes hands. There has to be money going back and forth. And I know many of us for a long time have said we are going to slow for this industry because the money will come late. 20 years later, it hasn't come. But it needs to come. We need to accelerate things. We have some ideas to suggest, and we will move on to that. My second hypothesis is a film industry happens when a local story, and this has been said severally by Njoki and everybody else, local stories to local audiences. This, everybody says this like we all know it, using universal themes. No industry in the world has succeeded by saying we are going to tell stories of other people. Film industry does not happen because we have international filmmakers coming to make films in our country. It never lets it happen. It does not happen because we love them. Let me tell you, and with all due respect to the film service industry, I'm a product of that. I learned everything that I know, several things that I know about filmmaking from the international filmmakers. But we have got to prioritize ourselves. Lazima tukutane, tujiongeleshe huko ni matet, and we need to believe in our local stories. I don't know if we are investing enough time in our local stories. By the time we tell you, we get a very short time to be told to do a script we want to shoot next week, next month, 3 months. But all the film industries in the world, and I will be sharing in a minute also about other very fine examples, have happened because people have told their own local stories from their own local perspective, and the world has hooked onto them. People like you when you're yourself. People love you when you project yourself on the screen. So Kenyans, we must appreciate this. We will hang out with Hollywood, we will take photos with them, but unajua wanasakana pia. They also wanatafuta pesa. They will not come here. It's not